Welcome back to another Sims 4 video. Today we're going to be building another starter home. Last time I did base game and $20,000 budget and I ended up building a pretty big house, which meant the budget didn't go very far. However, as I did point out in that video, depending on how many Sims you actually start with, you end up with a different starting budget. So with that in mind, I decided to use my random challenge generator to create a starter home challenge. So this one's pretty basic. You just use the budget given to you when you create your family. So depending on how many Sims you have, that's going to be our budget. And as far as rules up here, that's all you need to know. And then down here, you get given the number of Sims you're going to be building for, what size lot we're going to be on, and something that we must include, which could either be not too hard or it could be kind of difficult. So yeah, going through this, we can see some of these are kind of interesting, like an Energy 5 or better bed, which doesn't sound that bad, but they get pretty expensive. This one just needs a bathtub, not too crazy. The random family generation is maybe sometimes a little unhinged, like this is 2 teens and a child. That's just totally random. So I didn't program that in, okay? Well, I mean, I programmed the random family thing, but not specifically 2 teens and a child, if that makes sense. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. All right, 2 young adults and a child. Okay, that's fine. That's kind of just like a normal family. Like, I guess a couple of parents and a kid, 2015 lot, and then a instrument as well. That's pretty easy. Like that gives us something to go on. Maybe one of them's musical. Maybe it's the kid that's musical. I don't know. Let's go ahead and try doing this. Okay, this is unimportant to the challenge, but we've got Samaj Renrat, so my normal self sim. I then generated a son with genetics called Bennett Renrat. And then I generated Bennett's mom from genetics and made them Image, which is just Jamie backwards. So we got like Jamie and James. And so basically, I'm pretty sure this is just a clone of Samaj. Anyway, those are our Sims. Like I said, unimportant to the build. But what it does do is give us the actual budget we need to build with. So this lot of land cost us 2,000, and that means we have 22,000 left. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. I'm also actually just building in base game. No particular reason other than I just kind of like the challenge. All right, well, last time we built this house over here, and if you missed that one, I do really like this house. Obviously, it's very big. That is one of the downsides to it. So we really had to cut back a lot. Like it's a big house. For under 20,000, you can buy that, which is actually, I'm going to say pretty good. But let's build something a little bit more in scale, a little bit smaller, and see how much we can actually decorate a smaller home. Okay, first of all, these walls are way too tall, so get that down. All right, so I like the idea of this being our living room. This is like a front porch area, I reckon. Not all the way out though, maybe like to there. Actually, it might be able to wrap around the side, could be interesting. Like if I bring that down here. That might be too much, but we'll see. Okay, let's have a look at, let's think about the floor plan while I'm building the exterior walls. Normally I just build exterior walls and then I just figure out the inside later. But I think with smaller homes, it can sometimes be more beneficial to figure out the floor plan first. So I guess we're essentially implying that this is going to be our entrance here, I reckon. And I think, let's just imagine, we're just going to zone off that area. Like there's not going to be a wall there, but the door is going to be here. We might do like a little side table there. So we're not going to put any other furniture there. So that means we kind of have that space for a living room, which will probably work fine. We could probably have a couch on the, like facing this way, TV on that wall, maybe some windows there, an armchair or something. I think that'll probably work. This could then be a good space for like a kitchen and dining area. So it's just off of the living room. And I think we could even do like a bathroom here. And then maybe that means that this, let me just enclose this. I reckon that's kitchen dining. I don't know exactly how all this is gonna work because we've got this sort of diagonal section here, or not diagonal, but like this sort of interesting space to work with. In fact, maybe this should be a bit smaller then so it lines up with where that bathroom is. Because then we could do an easy little hall like that, have a bedroom here. And in fact, that won't be a bathroom anymore. I'm actually going to remove that because we can put the bedroom like there. So the bedroom's in that space. And then this could be a bathroom that's at the end of that hallway. Although it ends up being very long if I just want to square it off. Well, actually, if I want to, so one thing I like to do in starter homes is make it easy to expand them. And actually, if I did this and blocked off that hallway, it'd be hard to expand out that way. So maybe we just have like a hall that continues all the way to the end and we just have like a back door or something. That means you could then extend the hallway further pretty easily. So maybe that's what we do. And then what I would like to do is have this separate somehow, like either a door, a hall, some sort of way to denote between the hallway of the bedrooms and like the living space, because we got this whole area here separate. So I might actually remove, I was going to do that porch going around the side. I don't know if that's going to help me out though, because it was just kind of going nowhere. So I might just leave it at the front. Then I don't know what we're doing at the back, but some sort of back area there. Then let's move this up onto a foundation so it's a little bit more interesting. Get some temporary lights in. What I wouldn't mind doing is what if we actually had all of this like raised up on a platform? I know it's kind of weird. So you got, basically you're moving all of it up, but it actually makes the ceiling height a little lower. But then we could utilize that to create like a step down into another area. And that would sort of create a divide. Again, I don't know if this is a good divide or not. I haven't got that far yet. What if I do a half wall here and we lower that back down to normal? Get rid of that bit. And then that sort of separates the kitchen. Let's just say I put a column there. And then there's like a step, you have that sort of step down, the living room's up a little bit higher. Then this still needs some sort of separation, whether it's just an archway or, I really like these ones with the extra detail, but man, it's so expensive, $230. I don't know if we can afford that, but we'll see. Because I think that goes nicely with the column, creates that separation. That's the kitchen dining area, and then that's the living space. I think it's kind of interesting. Let's try doing a roof on this. I think we'll just try and do a really simple one as well. That's another thing that is usually quite good, is to keep it simple. So if we do a roof like that, it's just gonna be too tall, so we'll just bring it down. I think that will probably look pretty nice. And then on this one, if we go like this and we can drag it back in, one of the problems you'll run into where if you're doing different directions of roof intersecting with each other is like this issue here, where the eave of this roof just sticks out, but it doesn't go all the way along, but it also doesn't just stop here, where you would expect this roof, the eave to stop at this point, because that just makes the most sense. So there's a few ways to solve this. In the past, I've recommended one of the easiest ways is actually just to extend the size of this portion of the building, right? So if all of this is just one longer, then you just have this roof and it would overlap it, then you just avoid that issue altogether. So what I'm gonna do, because the house is actually already off center more to the left, I'm gonna move the whole lot over one to the right, because that means the main structure will now be aligned, because then I'll just extend all of these sides like this. And look, this isn't the end of the world, because it does give us more space in these bedrooms. Well, in that bedroom, and then the bathroom's also a bit bigger, so that's actually not terrible. And then we'll extend the roof out. And now the house actually sits perfectly centered on the lot as well, which is kind of interesting. On this bit, I think I'll just use one of these roofs. I'll just do that and we'll do some trim or something on it. Now, I probably want to do some sort of porch roof, but let's try and figure out what is going on with this porch, because we got a couple of problems here. We got a platform on top of a foundation, which means, I don't know, oh, we can do stairs all the way up. Okay, so that is possible to do stairs directly to it, which is good. But can we even make this all look good together? Because right now, if we do, let's say, like this brick, I'm not going to use this one because I don't love that. Let's say we have this brick foundation, but then we have an extra like level on top of that. Like we have to try and make these look good together. Like, and if I just did the same brick one again, we just get a double line thing like that. Which, look, I don't think that's the worst, but we'd probably be better off doing, what if we do like a stone one like this? Because these should, yeah, I was gonna say in theory, that like flows together much better. Although, oh, it's got like a visual glitch. That's kind of annoying. That's annoying that almost works too, actually. I think it annoys me more that it almost works. All right, maybe we'll just do that then. I don't think it looks the best, but I think compared to the other one, it will. I'm gonna do some eaves on all, not eaves, roof trim and all that. Now I do probably also want a porch roof, because I think that also goes a long way. Although, is my column gonna be the incorrect height? I think it's gonna be too tall, so we'll see. We're gonna have a similar problem with the eave on this side, but I think here it should be a little bit easier to sort out. If I put this in the right spot, it does clip through a tiny bit there, but I think it's okay. And we'll just get that to go all the way through. It does give us a bit of a weird sort of extra roof trim here, because again, it's like one of those things where in reality that you wouldn't continue that down to that point. But it's just what the game does. So I don't know there's much I could do about that other than the same trick, which we're not gonna do again, because then the house is just gonna get bigger and bigger. But I think all things considered, I think that looks pretty good. So let's just go with that. And I think, can we do a brick house? What does that look like? I don't often just do a brick house. It's also not the cheapest, I don't think, right? It's only $5, it's actually not that bad. You know, one thing I will say, the lighting on this particular lot is really not good. Like, some lots in The Sims 4, I don't know if you've noticed, have really good lighting, and like the light hits it really great when you're building. Other ones are just like this, where like the entire house, because the sun is at such a high angle, the whole thing is just in shadow. So it's like at sunset, we kind of get a little bit of light on it. And in the morning, we get some on the back, but like kind of annoying me. All right, anyway, let's not worry about that. Let's get our stairs, which I think, yeah, that'll work there. Because I don't think I want to have them further away. I want you to be able to walk up and go in the door pretty easily. And then we could do like a little front bench there or something. Now, from the last video, I mentioned the trick of deleting the walls under stairs because that saves a whole bunch of money. So we're definitely going to do that here. And one thing that I didn't say, but I did show is some of you guys weren't aware that once you remove the wall from stairs, you can actually just put it back. So if you get any wallpaper and you sort of hover over the stairs, it will just come back. So that's also a very handy tip if you didn't know. Okay, now this door technically doesn't fit there because of that, but with move objects, and also actually I think because there's technically higher up too, right? So the door actually might be too tall for the walls at this point. So it actually might be better just to do, oh, these are so expensive though. I forgot. It's so weird how they do like these doors that are, and windows that are so super duper cheap. And like these base game ones are $155 just for this door. Which look, ideally I'd probably prefer one of these doors. I mean, maybe we'll just do it anyway. And if we need to change it for a cheaper one, we will. Oh, hang on. I put this down. Forgot I was doing a starter home. This is $16 a tile. Oh my gosh. No. I just wanted like a kind of interesting front porch. Let's do that. Save $120. Like I don't know. I guess this house is now looking a little bit older. It's kind of where we're going. I guess because of the bricks, I kind of just I've gone that direction. I don't know if I love these bricks. Those are just the ones I clicked on. What the heck? I've never seen a wall with like an edge trim going, whoa, on every single piece like that. What the heck? That's so strange. I've never seen that before. They don't all do that, do they? Wait, what? Now it is. This one I put on, yeah, this one didn't do it, which is good because I don't want it to do that. That's so weird. This one doesn't do it. That doesn't do it. Okay, that's just like a weird, I don't know what's happening. Well, actually, there's these same bricks with a white trim piece instead of like a brick trim piece, which I think maybe I prefer. Just gives it a little extra detail, and I mean, I don't have to spend money on it. I think I might need to do a different texture, maybe at least on that bit. Maybe elsewhere too, like maybe even like the top section of the house. Oh, hang on, I think I need horizontal. I don't think vertical's working. Do something like that. In fact, I feel like maybe the whole side could just be like that. You kind of have like the brick facade, maybe? Maybe that should be brick then if I'm gonna do the rest in siding. No, I kind of liked how it was before. Let me go back, hang on. I like just having it on the roof, I think, yeah. Okay. All right, I'm down to $16,000 already. Oh yeah, I forgot these windows like stretch massively on these. I kind of wish they didn't get so thick. Actually, these windows look pretty good. I feel like that kind of fits the vibe of the house. I'm not sure what I'm doing here because I think this is where I'll have the kitchen stuff. So let me just see. I don't know if I want a fridge right there. Probably not. The fridge will probably be over there, I guess. Or maybe there? I'm not sure. But either way, I think I'll probably have counters or something here because maybe that makes more sense to have counters around this corner anyway. So then I don't want windows obviously going any lower than that. So where would these go? We could have them there, but like I kind of wish they lined up. Oh, actually that's fine. I thought they were going to clip through that, but they don't. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's good. That's perfect. Because then we could have like, I don't know, like a little sink here or something. Wash up, look out the windows. Beautiful. Okay. So I'm thinking this is maybe a fireplace. And actually on my generator that I made, fireplace was one of the random things that you could get. So if we were going to do it, it would be like over here in the corner. It's just kind of weird though, which is, look, it's not unheard of, but it is certainly squishy is the problem. I guess the question is, do we just not do that? I mean, because it's not a fireplace. We're not using it as one. Do we just, what do we use it as though? Like because it's kind of like a weird space. And bookshelves, while good, are very expensive. Could it be a secret door and it goes to a secret basement from this room? I don't know. I want to come back to that. Well, as far as windows go, I don't actually think I'm going to do any more windows in this room because, oh, actually these windows are kind of the wrong size. Oh yeah, that's no good. I might actually have to do different windows. I like those ones, but I think I might have to use these ones, which I feel like are less interesting to look at, but then at least it's on the floor and doesn't clip. Anyway, what I was saying is, yeah, I don't think I'll do any more windows in here. We might do one on the side here for the kitchen, do the same height as those front windows. And then we'll probably do a window here for that room, but we'll have some more out the back probably. And then we could have like a back door to the house, which maybe, how much is this? 155? Like that, I guess. Sure. And then I'd probably want to do like a roof over it. I don't know if we do one of these or like this kind of thing, although the door is kind of more there. So the door is asymmetrical. Fine. I mean, I don't mind that. That's all right. How much are the columns? $60? No, not cheapest, but you know, the door opens there. Do we just do, I think we do like side stairs. Oh, I always forget that it cuts out the foundation strangely, doesn't it? Do it like that. That's probably fine. And then we'll have we could do like an outside bin, which actually let's get that now so I don't forget. Get a bin like down here somewhere. We have a window there for that room. And that's probably it then, right? In terms of windows. Oh, that actually works pretty well. It's like in the middle of that wall. So I feel like it looks balanced. These windows are actually very high here, I've just realized, compared to all my other windows in the house. In fact, even to the ones in this same room. I think they need to be lower. These ones might need to change because that's the bathroom, but we'll see. Okie dokie. Should we do some flooring? Oh my God, can we do something like this? Oh, I kind of like that actually. And that can be in the bathroom as well. So that's like all my hallway flooring. And then the bedrooms could probably be this as well. So it sort of matches that. Yeah, okay, I'm liking this. I feel like this has got a vibe. It's like an older kind of home. Although, that one wasn't older. I have been building a lot more like 90s/2000s houses lately. I don't know, I guess I'm just in the mood. Take me back, please. So the thing, interestingly, because I'm using the platform in here, any of these that have like the trim on the bottom, we're just not gonna see because it's actually below the platform height. Which is not a bad thing, but it's just something to keep in mind. Like, unless it's a really large trim on the bottom, we're not going to see it. It's super beige. Although, again, I feel like I've been doing this a lot lately, but I kind of like it. I don't know. I guess it's just nostalgia for me, you know? So I'm rolling with it for now. All right. Got a green and a blue. That might change. All right, doors for the rest of the house. Well, we could get this one. It's $40. Makes sense. But we'll just do it in like a white. A lot of doors here, but it is what it is. I mean, it's a hallway, so what do you expect? But it does mean, I know that this lot isn't massive. I guess I could even slide the house forward a little bit. Maybe I'll do that, actually. I'm gonna slide the house fairly far forward here. Maybe to that point. So then we have a very small front yard area. I'll put the mailbox on this side, will I? Yeah. And in fact, I normally wouldn't pay for these, but I'm gonna just pay for those just so it matches that up a bit. So yeah, we have a small front yard area, but that means we have more space in the back for putting stuff in the backyard. But also, if you wanted to extend this house, you can then pretty easily just drag out this hallway like this, add more rooms, and it should be pretty easy to expand. Ooh, I kind of like these colors here, actually. Let's turn on auto counter. There we go. Do I want the fridge over there? I don't know, because hang on, let's have a look. So if you're in the living room, this is what the kitchen currently looks like. There's nothing on that side, which is fine. I almost want like a door here. It just kind of feels like it makes sense to me. Like it seems like there would be a door here. Like if you were doing like laundry or something, it'd be really good. I don't know if this makes sense monetarily. Put it there. Apparently, wait, what? Wait, what's going on here? Huh? Oh, there we go. Wait, no, that's double rail. I only want left. But when you do left rail, it doesn't go all the way around the corner. Okay. So I can't just do stairs like this because it's not going to work. I have to do, which is actually probably good because it's probably cheaper to do it this way. I have to do a piece of floor instead. So we're just going to get a single tile of flooring. Let me just drag it up so it matches the same height. Move it over here, the same foundation. And then we'll get the same stairs. Oh gosh. Where it cuts out the foundation. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that detail. Well, this side one actually I reckon could probably be, invisible. No, just a more simple one like that. And then we get rid of the floor underneath as well. We'll have to do some landscaping around that, but I don't know. I just kind of felt like it kind of feels more complete with a side door there. I don't know why. It just does. How much is this table? $330. I just want a circular table, but they're so expensive. And also, I don't know if that style is quite right, but let's go ahead and try it anyway, shall we? Get a lighter wood color though. I don't love these chairs with it. Yeah, this is kind of where it gets a little difficult with base game stuff. I can at least get the same color. I don't need 4 chairs, so I could probably, it's so beige in here. I love it though. Maybe I should just get rid of one of the 4th chairs. One of the 4th chairs? Get rid of the 4th chair. Because there's only 3 Sims. I do think I need to do some different color. Maybe this wall. Oh, I don't mind that. Like the darker color just on that wall. Maybe that wall too. Actually, maybe the whole kitchen should be darker then. No. I like the lighter color. I think just this wall. And then I want to do some wall decorations there. All right, but back to the kitchen. We'll do a white fridge. I think that makes sense. And we need to do a sink and all that kind of stuff. Sink is like perfect there. The stove, I don't know if the fridge works because I kind of want the stove over here somewhere. But then where would the fridge go? I mean, maybe the fridge does go in here. Hang on, let me see. It's very odd. What just happened next to this half wall like that? Like it almost feels like the fridge should be there. Like that kind of looks like a good spot. Obviously not with the window. Get rid of that. Which would kind of it would have to go there if I wanted to join the counters. But then that's way too squishy. Yeah, so I'd have to have the fridge here. because I like the look of it, like, you know, you can kind of see it over there. Well, what if it's actually there instead? Okay, then we could have a bin like there, right by the door, which actually, hang on, then let's move this bin over here. This makes more sense because we've got the stairs over here. Sure, I'll put it there for now, right below their bedroom window. It still doesn't answer the question of where the stove goes though, because I mean, maybe here? It does fit there. It's a bit weird though. It's just a weird layout. I mean, maybe we just have to put the stove here and the windows instead of the sink. The sink goes over there? No, I don't like that. Okay, this is surprisingly difficult. I don't know why this layout, it's like the most simple little space, but it's very difficult. I really like this. This is what I like. In fact, let me get a little bin so I can just add that in. What if the table was here and then that opens space over here maybe for stuff? What if we, not that. What if we had a stove with like a little bit of counter next to it, just over there? It's kind of weird, but I think I kind of like it. Or we do it the other way where we have the fridge over this side, stove's over there. So the fridge is just more freestanding in nature anyway. Which honestly, I think I kind of like. It's like odd, a bit squishy, but it's still a pretty big kitchen. I'm gonna use this light here. Like, I kind of like that. I don't know if I love the two different walls there actually in the end. Let's go back to that for now. But as far as the kitchen goes, we've got what we need. I could actually get that window back over here. Where was it? I think it was here actually. Not ideal with alignment. Nah, I just want to have a window there. I think just the one, because we got the door and the window. I think that's fine. I don't think we need another window to balance it out or anything. Okay. Well, that's good. That's one of the biggest expenses that we're going to need to do. I still haven't figured out what's happening with this. I don't know if it's part of the living room or part of the bedroom. If it's part of the bedroom, I don't know how. Like, it's kind of weird. I don't know. How much is this? $2,100. It's pretty expensive, but it kind of makes the most sense in a bathroom like this. If I got a tub, it's like $350 and a shower is, oh wow, yeah, okay, that's only $300. So you'd only end up spending like $600, $700 instead of $2,100. I might need to come back to this, but I'm gonna do the door the other way actually, because I need to use this wall here. I think it's gonna be easier. Gonna do real basic bathroom furnishings, except for that. That's very expensive, but we'll just do that for now. We can always come back to that. Bathroom lighting. I think we could even just do the same light. I think this is always a good. Quite like that one. It's not cheap. I'm actually kind of splurging a little bit right now. So I think we might have to come back and make some budget cuts later on, but we'll see. All right, the double bedroom. Gonna do the cheap double bed, I think. Yeah, lovely. Looks amazing, doesn't it, guys? It's a starter home, okay? It's not supposed to be. Those don't even match. You know, let's keep this in mind. This is where you start and you want to renovate it. That's the whole point of a starter home. Like, you're not starting here because this is your final home. It's your starter home. Which I think makes sense. How much is this? $439? Pretty expensive, but you know. No, I think I'll use one of these. In fact, I think I'll get rid of that nightstand. Have that there. Okay. I'm just right now getting all the furniture in, so we have everything that we need, and then if we've got extra money, we can splurge a little bit. What kind of lighting? None of those. Why don't we do these wall lights? I do like using these. I'm putting another one there, like it would be above a bedside table, but obviously I don't have a second bedside table. Wow, that is a beige room. We'll come back to it. Maybe, I don't know. I always say that, sometimes we don't. All right, then the kids' room. I know that it says teen bed, but is it more interesting? It is. Oh, actually, especially, hello, musical instrument. We need to do that. That was one thing that said we had to do in this one. I'm just trying to figure out if I'm gonna use this space. Could I use it in both rooms? Could I have like a little section here for it? And then, I mean, what would I even put in there? I was thinking like maybe a wardrobe, but I don't think any of them really fit in there. There's this. I just feel like it's a starter home. I don't want to waste the space. Maybe it can be a fireplace. Maybe we'll see what we can do. All right. Well, anyway, the bed will be here then. This is for a kid as well. It's not actually a teenager. So I'm gonna do that. Maybe a little dresser over here. I don't think I want to go super matchy. Although orange is kind of fun. Blue and the orange, go on them. Could also use a desk, but I'm wondering if we could get that out. We could probably fit this in the living room somewhere. Well, it's actually pretty big. It is a small house. Let's get the musical instrument. So if I'm gonna do it as a kid doing it, the only instrument the kids can play, I believe, is the violin, right? Although it does, oh yeah, it has the two different violins. Got either this one or this one. I didn't say I had to use an adult instrument. I really wish you could put this on something so I didn't have to just be on the floor, but I guess the floor it is. Okay, well, can we make this room look a little bit more interesting? Maybe just with curtains might help. God, it's so blue in here. Need some contrast. Not just orange as my contrast. How about beige? Yeah, there you go. No, but like seriously, I do need something else in here. Maybe like a nicer rug, like for the kid. They could also use some toys maybe. I feel like this rug doesn't really work. Like it just kind of feels like it's just placed in there. Maybe I'll do this special. I'll say we'll come back to that. Well, we've got a little toy chest and stuff in there. That's all right. It's also the only room with curtains. I suppose I could do something here. This room could probably use a little help too. It's a little, it's a bit bland. It's a starter home. You got to add your own flair, okay? All right, can we change the trim on our platform here? I think just to a wood would be good. Would be good. Yeah, wait, maybe a different one. Let's see if we can get the right color. That's a bit better actually. Yeah. Okay, so over in the living room, so what I was thinking of, so we've got the door there, we've also got a half wall there. So first of all, doorway, I was saying we could put like a table there, but the door opens this way. So maybe we could actually have a little surface there. No, because the way I've aligned this, I was actually planning on putting something here. Either, I guess like that, or maybe like a bookcase could go there. So I don't want anything there, I don't think. But at the same time, I do need something there. We also I don't have any small tables to put over there. Okay, also, I activated the unlock cheat earlier and debug. So now all this stuff is just kind of in my catalog. So I feel like I need to reload so I don't have all this stuff. Okay, that's better. I can see what I'm doing now. Can I afford a bookcase here? Like how much are they? Hang on, 10 move objects on. I was thinking doing it here because I reduced the size of that archway, 725. Like, I feel like that's kind of like the bookcase I would want right there. Oh, we could do something like, that's kind of weird actually. There's something like this here, but that's kind of weird having the hooks so low down. You definitely wouldn't do that. It'd definitely have to be up higher. So forget that idea. Because I'm just trying to find anything I can put on this side. All right, well, let's see if we can do a fireplace. Oh, they're so, I forget how big they're just really big. And why is this just so bland? Because there's like this one that looks better, but you can scale them, but I don't think the fire scales, right? Like, I don't know how that works. Because that's a much better size, but I'm not sure if that's going to work or not. Anyway, should we try and do a couch in here? Let's have a look. There's always these ones. I think it's going to be too big though, right? But like I said, I was thinking we could have a couch here because then we have like a TV section over there and then either like an armchair or something over there. I forget that the base game like options are kind of rough. Although if I use the mission set of furniture, at least then the matching armchair is a little bit better than the other set. I don't even know if I want an armchair there. What if I just get another one of these? Although we got these windows that are like pretty nice. So I wonder if there's a better way to utilize that space because just shoving an armchair here is kind of in the way. Like I feel like the armchair needs to go here. It does mean the fireplace is kind of just like behind everything, but maybe that's not the worst thing in the world. I think I'd then just use this piece and put a TV on top of it. Pretty expensive, but we'll go with that for now. I'll slide that over a little bit. I would love to get a desk in here too. Well, if I slide this over more, we might be able to fit one there. Just the fireplace is definitely making things more difficult. I mean, maybe that's just not a fireplace. Maybe these should be smaller because I kind of think it's just like, I wanted to put something down here, but it was so tall. It's kind of hard. Like, can I fit a desk on the diagonal here? Oh, the top bit kind of looks too bulky. Maybe like the kid's desk or something? Not ideal. I kind of need like a slightly smaller one. I mean, I did create the diagonal wall problem myself, but fitting stuff in there is difficult. We actually have a good amount of money left though, to be fair. Like considering we've furnished most of the space, now just trying to figure out how to get some extra stuff in. Gotta get a stereo in there, that's kind of cool. I don't remember the last time I put a full-size stereo like this in one of my Sims houses. Okay, so I've sort of played around a little bit. I got a different color on that wall. I still need more lighting, I'm still working on that. This fireplace is back at full scale because I just don't know about scaling it down. I do still want to figure out if we can do a desk would be good. Can we do a single tile table? But the diagonal just takes up so much space. Like, that's the problem. So does a fireplace. I just don't know what I'd do in this little area if not without this. Like, because I can't really put like, I mean, I could do another chair over here, I suppose, like this. We have a few seating options. And curtains are difficult on these, of course, because they're on a diagonal. So for some reason it stretches the windows. So none of these really fit. The ones that do are like too big. Like I can do that with move objects and you put the wall down and it just stays up, which I've mentioned in the past. I really don't like that, where you put the walls down and you can still see it. It kind of annoys me. So that's why there's no window dressing there. And I can't get there's no real table I can put over here, so maybe I'll just do a plant. Maybe that's the solution. I'd love to put some sort of table there, but there's nothing really in base game. And that wall trim I'll just change to sort of match a bit better. I might put one of these plants on there because otherwise there's going to be dirty plates ending up on this. So I might just do a couple of little decor items. And we actually have a bit of cash to also just do more decor in general, which is pretty good. Or maybe a shoe rack over here would actually be a good idea. Maybe that makes sense. Ah, okay. We can still use a plant. It would still be nice, I reckon. Maybe even over here. I already got like a picture up on the wall. Pretty cool. It's kind of dark, but I was kind of leaving the lighting like that on purpose. I do think I need something over this side though. How big is this thing? Just to put under the fireplace. Oh yeah, there we go. That's all right. Did that have a little fireplace thing? We get like how much are these? 160? Oof, I don't know if that's worth it. I might not do that. I will get a fire alarm though. It's probably a good idea. And maybe, you know, we can splurge. I can get a burglar alarm. Also, there's a lot of money I can save by removing some stuff around the place too. Actually, I'm gonna put this over here in the kitchen. Should put it over here because you'll see it way less. It's hidden away. We would need one by the back door as well though, but surely the burglar would just come in the front door. He's not gonna try to come in the back door, right? They probably will, of course, now that I've said that. Just doing some miscellaneous art around the little kitchen dining table just so it wasn't as blank. Okay, the kids' room. Okay, let's fix these lights actually because these lights are all wrong. So for the hallway, I reckon we could probably just do one of these. It's there, fine. Maybe a wall light there and then maybe like one of those. Kind of fun. All right, so keeping in mind, I've got $600 left, but I could just get rid of this bathtub, save a whole bunch. Oh wait, now it's less because I've got Sims living here. So it was, dang it. Because when I bought it, it was $2,100, but now if I sell it, it's only $1,680. However, I'm not gonna worry about that idea. Because basically if you in live mode, or if you buy something in build mode, then go to live mode, it loses value. So then you can't resell it for the same amount, which makes sense. But obviously I'm building a house, not really specifically for this family. I mean, it is kind of, but it's for everyone. So if I want to get rid of that, we'll get the full money back. A couple of these little pictures. These are cute. They got their violin. I still want a desk, so I'm thinking maybe we do end up just putting one in the kids' room. We got a toy chest. Maybe the toy chest can actually go in the living room then. It actually might be able to fit over here. Let me see. Hang on. We don't actually need this extra chair. Could just do something like that. Okay, this dresser is really chunky. But yeah, I was gonna put a smaller dresser in so that it would fit in this room better, because right now it's kind of an awkward size room, actually. It's a 4x4, like it's a good size, but this dresser is so thick, it doesn't really fit. Okay, so we're just up to the last little bit of decorating now. I just moved the picture that was above here into the main bedroom just to make it look a little bit more interesting. And then the kids' room, we've ended up with this where the bed's on this side. We've got the dresser there, a mirror there, which I'm not entirely sure if we can actually use that. We'll play test it. And then the desk is just there. So I think that'll work. And then the bathroom is pretty good that we've got that expensive tub in there. And we're down to 53 simoleons. I added a plant and a picture in here just to make it a little bit more interesting. Again, this is a starter home. The idea is you move in and decorate it yourself anyway. But this is, I mean, I would say it's pretty fully featured, even with a fireplace and everything, pretty sick. All right, I think that's pretty good. Just seeing if there's a different frame color, because I did do a white frame on this originally. Nah, that's all right. Okay, we'll just do that. Okay, those windows from the outside look really high up. So I think we're gonna need to do something about that. So we're gonna use the live edit plants, which are free. So I'm using the Better Build Buy mod by Twisted Mexi to easily access live edit, but that is just an in-game cheat you can just do yourself. This mod just makes it a bit easier to get to them. And it gets us all these plants that are free, right? So let's just try and make this not look as dopey with it being so high up. Get some bushes and stuff in front of it. Oh, that's one that costs money. There we go. One of the ones that are free. I don't know if that looks great, but it's certainly something. A couple bushes of lavender. What do these look like next to each other? If I actually scale them down a little bit. I don't know if I love that. I don't think that looks great. Those particular ones. That's right. That's what, that's why we're going to try these things. Oh, these are pretty big. And then we're just kind of, I guess, just merging in a bunch of shrubs and bushes and all that just to make it look a little bit more interesting. I get some more of these just on the side. You don't really need to do that many for it to start looking a little bit more interesting as well. Like you kind of just put a few around the place and fix up glitched windows, because apparently that always happens. And it just kind of starts looking a little bit more alive, and like the house has been there for a while, because like a new build house, unless you specifically plant stuff, is not going to have a bunch of shrubs and greenery around it. So just having them sort of near the house is like, okay, it's been there for a while. It feels like it's more established. Like even though we've just built this house, it feels a little bit more, where's the free plants? Like it's been here for a while, you know what I mean? I do like these flowers actually, these are nice. I think these are actually too big. I'll scale it down. Yeah, it looks a bit better. So we don't really have anything in the garden. I don't think we need anything. I'm not even gonna put a tree, I don't think. I think I'll keep it pretty simple. Because then it just leaves this all open for you to do whatever you want with, which I think is always useful with a starter home, is having space. Because like, especially on a 20 by 15 lot, they're already pretty small lots, right? So if I then took up every inch of this lot as a starter home, I mean, how much of a starter home is that if you don't have any room to start, you know what I mean? like everything's already there, you can't add anything. I didn't get around to putting a bench on the front porch because, I mean, I don't have money to do that. I guess I could delete the stereo. That was pretty expensive. Look, there's some indulgences that I made, but I think they were worth it. Let's get a little bit of paint around the house. Also, I don't know if I can afford it, but all these, it's only $4. These little areas didn't have the same tiles. Might just do a little, actually I'll do it out of dirt. Just like where you would walk down from those stairs and then maybe there's, I don't know, the garden's been used a bit, so the grass isn't as green. All right, well that's looking pretty good actually. Overall, I think that's come together pretty nicely. We do have this extra space in there that I'd never really figured out what to do with, other than it being a chimney, which I guess actually if that's the case, can we make it a chimney? How much are these? I think they're very expensive. There's debug ones. Oh, hello. Problem is it's very tall. I could just scale it down, I suppose, if it's a debug one. It doesn't really matter. I'll do that. Okay, well that's free then, I'll do that. Well, there's this one actually, this is a bit smaller. Which actually, hang on, if I scale it down, is that too small? That might actually be too small though. Feels like it should stick up more. Let me see, get rid of that one. That actually does kind of feel too small. Maybe it should be like this, the normal size. It kind of looks weird though, you know what? I don't like that. I think we actually just want one of these. I think it's too big for this house. In fact, I'm gonna get a free one. I could get this one that's not free and pay for it. I'm gonna get this one. Yeah, I feel like that's too big for this house. It's too small to have a chimney that big. I know we have a huge fireplace, but let's just do a small one. Okay, well this is the house. Let's jump into live mode and just make sure things work. They should do. The only thing I'm not so sure about is maybe that mirror in there in that little corner, but everything else should be pretty good. All right, so here we are back in live mode. I have made sure to test that it does work. The only thing I was worried about was this mirror, which is working, although it's kind of weird because the kid is sitting on the bed using the mirror. But it does work. And then the kitchen is currently in testing right now. Let's have a look. So I do think this has come together quite nicely. I really like that the kitchen is like a little sunken area. Although it's not even sunken because that's oh my God, she's lit in the fire. She's lit in the fire? Why did I say that? She's lit the fire. That is a risk. I guess we'll see what happens. Yeah, no, I like that the kitchen has the illusion of being sunken, whereas it's actually the living room that's raised up. And then there's separate flooring. I quite like that. I do like that it's in this space, but it is still separate. So that's down there. So over this way, we turn back this way, we've got the living room. You know, look, it's very beige. It's very basic. For some reason, like I said, I've been doing this like 90s, like 2000s style. And also it is a starter home too, so the idea is you download it, you decorate and change it up for your own style. And of course, I'm also only using base game as well, so there is that element as well. But it looks like the kitchen worked out nicely. Samaj cooked some breakfast for everyone. I do really like this space actually. I do like it with the windows right there. We can see over to our previous starter home. And from the dining area, you can also see the living room. I actually really like this. I think this has turned out really well. And then down the hallway, very nice. The kid is in their room here. Which, simple room as well, but I quite like that. Very nice. And then in here, we've got the bathroom. There's no curtains, and that is a public footpath right there. But, you know, it's Sims. It doesn't matter. But yeah, we've got the shower tub combo, like the nice one as well, that fits perfectly in there. So I think that's actually quite good. I should just test that real quick, because we did, I did use move objects to place the toilet because of where the door is, but I think that should be fine. We'll just check. And then, of course, the main bedroom in here. A couple little decorations. Pretty simple, though. It's nothing too fancy. Bathroom seems to be working, house is working. Don Lothario is coming to say hello. So there you go. That is our little starter home on our 20 by 15 lot for 2 young adults and 1 child, plus 1 instrument, which of course we did put in the kids' room. Thank you so much to my top level members for supporting the channel, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this. Sometimes just doing simple base game builds and starter homes is kind of fun. It is a challenge as well. I guess the next one I do, I should maybe not make beige. maybe we go away from that and try to do something a little bit different. I have seen comments saying that you guys want to see like modern contemporary builds from me again, because I haven't done those in quite a while, to be honest. And that used to be my bread and butter. So maybe we'll revisit one of those builds in the near future. But make sure to leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. If you want to download this, you can find it on my gallery, James Turner YT, or it is also linked in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and have an awesome day.